Into Lallana, back to Sturridge. Sturridge, good ball to Firmino. And Moreno's available on the far side of the field. Moreno involved in the action just outside the penalty area. Into Mane. Liverpool 4-0 up. Mane goes down.
Penalty.
Well, I thought he was inside the penalty area. And I thought, no, it can't be the third. Anyway, now Gomez wins the ball, plays it back to Van Dijk. We've still got 7 or 8 minutes of the regular time remaining, plus at least 3 minutes, you'd think, for stoppages, substitutions, injuries. We'll see. Liverpool 4, Red Star Belgrade 0.
Are we giving Liverpool a 7 or 7.5 at the moment? What do you think?
No, I don't go that far. No.
Okay.
I would go 7.2.
7.2.
On the Richter scale.
So stingy with your marks.
Here's Mane. Well, Mane was, if he wasn't fouled on the first occasion, he was definitely fouled on the second occasion. And I think the referee's just ticking off the Red Star player.
I think the mindset of the Liverpool players, when they haven't got the ball, Mane's back is defending, and you've got Lallana back defending there, and I like the attitude. I like the attitude that Klopp is trying to instill in his players. When they haven't got the ball, work hard to get it back with pace, and when you have it, then you can calm down a little bit on the...
A lovely touch by Alexander-Arnold to Lallana, who's having his shirt pulled a couple of times. He was fouled. Good refereeing. He waited to see if Lallana could elude the offensive challenges on him. He couldn't quite, so the referee awards a free kick.
Good play, that is, Lallana. I like the way he's just got something. He'll always create something that you're not expecting.
Wijnaldum fancies a goal. He rushes forward into the Red Star penalty area. The free kick's going to be taken from Alexander-Arnold, right 3 yards in from the right touchline. And Sturridge and Van Dijk, offside positions at the moment, but they'll move back in time, as they do now. Alexander-Arnold sweeps it in. It's headed away. Moreno will collect it on the far side of the field. Declines to cross first time. Plays it back now to Fabinho. Fabinho onto Moreno. Oh, back heel from Moreno to Lallana. Forward to Moreno into the penalty area. Tries to pull it back. Blocked by the defender. No, he's offside. I was going to say corner, but he's offside.
Wasn't a great play. Little back heel from Moreno. Really good play.
They pepper the second half with things like that. Little flicks here and there.
Yeah,
they weren't quite coming off in the first half, but have done in the second.
Yeah, because Red Star now, game's done.
Let's get news of another goal at West Brom. Robin Kine.
They've pulled one back. West Brom 1, Derby County 4. Jay Rodriguez, brilliant individual finish. It's the comeback on. They have 7 minutes to get it. 3 goals back here. It's West Brom 1, Derby County 4.
No Messi for Barcelona tonight, but they're leading Inter Milan by 2-0 at the Nou Camp. And they'll get him back soon enough. Liverpool clear from deep in their defence. Firmino, great first touch and second touch, and he's really found his form in this second half. He's been fouled there. Free kick.
He's reliable, isn't he? He's reliable. He always gives you a performance. He always creates chances from others. He'll always go deep and try and get hold of the ball if you're not getting it to him. Really reliable centre-forward play, that is.
I mean, the switch in his performance came tonight with the goal. Before that, he looked a bit out of sorts, but since he scored Liverpool's first in the night, he's been excellent.
No, he has, and they sort of rotate. Sturridge at the moment's going down the middle, but you've got Firmino and Mane, and they just rotate in and around that area behind Sturridge. You've got Lallana in there as well.
4 minutes to go. Liverpool lead by 4-0. Van Dijk's free kick, played to Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum chips it forward. Alexander-Arnold anticipated that. Volleys it back, hits the defender and goes out of play for a throw into Liverpool. Lallana to take it, back to Wijnaldum. 15 yards over the halfway line. Lallana again. Lallana certainly should have scored. didn't quite have the pace. Fitter, he would have done. Here he is, down the right side, and he's won another throw-in for Liverpool. He's a clever player, Lallana.
No, he is. I do like him. I like the way he just seems to glide across the pitch and make good decisions, and he doesn't mind being or receiving the ball under pressure, because he'll still be brave enough to take it in and keep hold of it.
Throw-in goes to Mane. Mane's pass doesn't find a red shirt. It's with Boaki. He runs it out of play, and it's a throw-in to Liverpool. Alexander-Arnold to take it. Back to Gomez. And Gomez hits it 50, 60 yards towards the far touchline, towards Moreno. And it goes to Firmino inside the centre circle. Back to Gomez. Where's the movement further forward? It's with Lallana. And now Wijnaldum got past what I thought was a foul challenge, and the referee agrees with me, because he waited to see if there was an advantage. There wasn't. So it's a free kick to Liverpool. And I think that's 5 yellow cards now for Red Star Belgrade.
Yeah, frustration, I think, for them.
Bolton 0, Nottingham Forest 3 in the Championship. Liverpool 4, Red Star 0.
Is there a fifth?
Yes,
on the card?
There is. Sturridge.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
Well, I'd like to give him one.
I'd like to give him. He's worked hard. He's done well. He's done
well since he's come on. I thought he made Mane's goal. Here's Moreno. Back to Wijnaldum. And Wijnaldum on to Alexander-Arnold. Just a few yards outside the Red Star penalty area. Wijnaldum to Lallana. Back to Wijnaldum. Sturridge is in the penalty area, waiting for the cross. It hasn't come yet. It's gone to the Liverpool left side to Moreno. Sturridge has come out of the penalty area to help out Pavino. Not required in this moment. Pavino back to Gomez. On to Van Dijk, left of the centre circle. And to Moreno. All the action is inside the Red Star half. Red Star just anxious not to repeat the 5-goal deficit they suffered in Paris. Van Dijk plays it all the way back to Alisson. Goodness gracious, he could have had enough in the second half. But it must be great for Klopp and the Liverpool team, the outfield team, knowing that they've got a goalkeeper of that quality behind them. Here is Sturridge now. 25 yards out. Shoots! Good save. Not sure it wasn't going wide anyway.
Yeah,
but poor Jan pushed it wide.
He loves that position, 5 yards in and around the D. He always looks up, he'll get it. If you can turn in that position there, Sturridge, he always looks, first look is at the goal. Is the keeper in the right position? Can I put it top corner, left corner? He's done it before, and he tried it again.
It was a brilliant goal he scored at Stamford Bridge in the Premier League to get a point for Liverpool. Now they've got a corner, Cop end. Alexander-Arnold swings it in right-footed, bounces once, put behind for another corner. It wasn't the best of corners.
It was a tired corner, wasn't it? He's done some work today. He's covered some ground. Lallana's gone to take a short, help him out a little bit.
Now he's going to move away, Lallana. Alexander-Arnold, he's going to play it in firmly. Fourth official stands by. 3 minutes of added time. Again, it's not a great corner. Headed clear from a position right at the near post. Lallana on to Alexander-Arnold. That's a better, deeper cross. Van Dijk heads it back, dropping to Moreno. Moreno shoots high over the crossbar.
Just didn't wait for it to come down, Moreno. The third chance that was for Trent Alexander. Two corners were really poor, and then Lallana picked up the loose ball. Cross it again, go on, there's your third chance, and he put it in this time, and just couldn't create anything from it, Liverpool. This is, this game's done. It's done and dusted. They've got to win this game 4-0, and rightly so.
Let me run down the Champions League scores tonight. Earlier, remember, PSV Eindhoven 2, Tottenham 2. Tonight, Borussia Dortmund 3, Atletico Madrid 0. Barcelona 2, Inter Milan 0. Paris Saint-Germain 1, Napoli 2. That's in this group. Galatasaray 0, Schalke 0. And Lokomotiv Moscow 1, Porto 3. That's a great win for Napoli.
Isn't it?
They've got to come to Anfield, remember. A lot of empty seats now around Anfield. I mean, the game was won when the third goal went in.
Yeah, it was 2-0 at half-time, and it could have been 3.
They're on the attack here. Boaki tries to meet that cross. Doesn't make any contact. Still kept in play on this near side by Red Star. trying to get the cross in again. It's blocked and it's out of play for a throw-in.
It's a good job they've not scored tonight. If they scored in this position here, I could imagine Klopp being really, really upset and angry that you've switched off at this stage of the game. 4-0 up. Don't concede. Have a bit of pride in not letting that ball go in the back of your net.
Simic to take the throw-in eventually. He was in no great hurry, but he did find a colleague. And then the cross is swung in over hit. And Moreno brings it down, controlling it in the same movement. Pulls the ball over the halfway line to Sturridge. Sturridge almost ran into Moreno. Turns round. The crowd like that. Good ball forward to Firmino. Excellent control into Mane. This could be 5. Missed.
Is that the story of the night, Liverpool? They're going to win this game 4-0, but there's so many chances. You know, they just... I know they're 4 up, I understand that game's done, but as a centre forward, somebody that's creating chances, somebody that's getting chances, I want to score. I want to score 1, I want to score 2. If I've got 2, I definitely want to score 3. So just that little bit more concentration in front of goal. Mane could have had a hat-trick tonight.
Borussia Dortmund have just scored again to mirror the Liverpool scoreline. They're 4-0 up at home to Atletico Madrid, the German side. And congratulations to the German referee. I think he's had a good game overall. Moreno, forward to Firmino. Brilliant flick back by Firmino to Fabinho. On it goes to Mane. And Mane to Firmino. That's a great move. Firmino up to the edge of the penalty. Pulls it back, hoping to find Sturridge. Didn't find Sturridge. The clearance runs to Firmino again. Moving in field. Still keeping possession for Liverpool. Fabinho into the... Well, we've had our 3 minutes of added time. Play continues. Here's Sturridge. Sturridge shoots straight at the goalkeeper. Sturridge
was wanting to shoot for the last 2 or 3 minutes.
And that is the final whistle from the German referee. The two coaches embrace Klopp, sees job done. He might be frustrated that there weren't more goals, but 4-0 at home is not bad.
I think, you know, getting the 4 goals and not conceding as well. 2 centre-halves in Liverpool did really, really well. And the 2 in front of them as well. Fabinho and Wijnaldum, outstanding. Obviously, the forward-thinking players do what they do, but a very disciplined performance by Liverpool tonight. They got the job done. It could have been a bit of banana skin, but it wasn't. They made sure that they did the job. Came out second half flying, got 2 more goals. We're in. Points are done.
And I think Klopp might be especially pleased with the performances of his 2 Brazilians tonight. Firmino, who grew into the game and was imperious by the end of it, but Fabinho had a really good match tonight.
Yeah, outstanding, absolutely outstanding, both of them. I think Klopp will be happy with the response of the team talk at half-time. 4-0 Liverpool.
Yes, Liverpool have beaten Red Star Belgrade by 4 goals to 0. Next stop in the Champions League, Belgrade.
And I tell you what, another reason to see that big Jurgen Klopp smile, because Liverpool are going to the top of their Champions League group. In the 3rd minute of stoppage time, Paris Saint-Germain have equalised. PSG 2, Napoli 2, an absolutely beautiful goal from Angel Di Maria. We'll get much more on the other scores in the Champions League with Alistair Bruce-Ball shortly. Dion, Liverpool of late haven't had that attacking swagger that we know them for. Tonight, all 3 of their forwards on the score sheet. Doesn't get better for Jurgen Klopp than that.
It doesn't. You know what? Even though they have scored, even though I'm not going to say it was a foregone conclusion, it wasn't. They had to work for it. Yes, they have scored, the 3 lads up front, but I think he'll be happier for Fabinho and Wijnaldum. Just the backbone to this win. Doing things in the right way, making sure that they're solid. Don't let the opposition... Don't leave the door ajar for the opposition when you're 2-0 up or 3-0 up. Make sure you put your foot on the head, be ruthless, keep scoring, and keep the back door shut.
Alan, great night for Mo Salah. Just reading between the lines of your commentary, I think that you think people who suggested he's not the player he was last season had absolutely no point at all.
Well, what I would say, Steve, is that last season he threatened to score every time he got into a scoring position. Actually, there were, if you think back and study the matches, he did miss quite a lot of chances last season. However, there's no doubt he's been struggling a bit for form the opening couple of months of this season. But I think there was enough on Saturday against Huddersfield in the class of the goal that he scored, and his goals tonight will make him feel so much better as well. That's 6 goals so far for the Egyptian this season. He's moving forward. And anybody who thinks that he's not the player he should be, better watch out. Yeah, defenders will have to watch out.
That's the thing, Steve, with players like Salah, who can go and score 35, 40 goals a season. If you start to write them off, that's when they make you look stupid. Even though he hasn't hit the heights of last season, we are only 10 games in, 11 games in. So I do believe that let's let him settle down into the season. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he'll get 20, 25 easy.
Much more from Dion Dublin to come from Anfield as well. Liverpool 4, Red Star Belgrade 0. Ali Bruce Ball is watching the other Champions League games for us. What a finale in Paris.
What a second half, Steve. So Napoli were 1-0 up at half-time. PSG managed to get themselves level, rather fortuitously actually, with a Mario Rui own goal. Thomas Meunier broke away down the right-hand side, played a pretty poor cross into the area actually, and it clipped Mario Rui, ended up in the net. Dries Mertens got Napoli back in front, and then, as you were just saying, I mean, what a lifeline for PSG this is. Angel Di Maria, wonderful left foot finish, picks the ball up on the edge of the penalty area, switches it from his right foot to his left foot, and curls it so sweetly right into the top corner, because David Ospina got very, very close to saving. He was at full stretch, but it was just the perfect shot from Angel Di Maria. So that game has finished 2-2. What it means is that Liverpool now top Group C, halfway through on 6 points. You've got Napoli on 5 points, PSG on 4, and Red Star Belgrade on 1. Let me tell you about what's gone on in Group B this evening. We know Tottenham drew 2-2 away to PSV. Well, Barcelona have taken firm control of that group. They've beaten Inter Milan by 2-0. Jordi Alba getting the second goal in the second half. The thing that caught my eye the most there, we may well discuss it later in the programme, Steve, was Brozovic for Inter Milan blocking a Luis Suarez clever free kick. So Suarez went for one of those ones under the wall. The wall jumped, and Brozovic was lying down on the floor behind the wall, and Suarez hadn't seen him. I mean, just genius, brilliantly thought out by Spalletti, that. But Barca have won the game, so they're on 9 points, Inter on 6, Tottenham and PSV on 1. Borussia Dortmund have had a real statement win tonight in Group A. They've beaten Atletico Madrid by 4-0. They led 1-0 at half-time. They piled on the pain in the second half. Some fabulous counter-attacking football. They're top of the Bundesliga at the moment. They're unbeaten. They've won all 3 games in that group. Jadon Sancho came off the bench and scored as well. So Borussia Dortmund really, back to the kind of team that we knew them to be under Lucien Favre now. So they're going very, very well. So they top that group on 9, Atletico on 6, Bruges and Monaco on 1. And then the other games tonight in Group D, Lokomotiv Moscow lost 3-1 at home to Porto. So Porto topped the group on 7 points, and Galatasaray and Schalke finished 0-0. I think Schalke will be disappointed they didn't win that. They had the chances. Porto on 7 points, Schalke 5, Galatasaray 4, and Lokomotiv Moscow have lost all 3 games. They're on none.
So Liverpool and Borussia Dortmund make Champions League statements by scoring 4 goals, and Derby County have done the same in the Championship, Robin Cowan.
They have, yes, a chastening evening for West Bromwich Albion. They've lost by 4-1 against Derby County. West Brom, really the first goal set the tone, the one they conceded after 10 minutes. Marriott first to a wayward back pass. He slotted home. 5 minutes later, Lawrence doubled the lead. A lovely curled finish into the far corner. West Brom ended the half well and had a decent penalty shout turned down as well, but 5 minutes after the restart, Harry Wilson fired in Derby's third. Scott Malone finished a quick counter to round off their scoring. Rodriguez scored a late consolation, but this was a big missed opportunity for West Brom, who missed the chance to go top. Derby now 2 points off the automatic promotion places. Full time at the Hawthorns, West Brom 1, Derby 4.
Robin, thank you very much. Other full times then in the Championship. Leeds 2, Ipswich 0. Leeds going top above Middlesbrough on goal difference. Ipswich stay bottom. Preston 4, Brentford 3. Preston moving out of the relegation zone. Reading drop into the bottom 3. Bristol City 1, Hull 0. A 93rd minute winner from Famara Diédiou. Hull remains second from bottom, and the other game finished Bolton 0. Aitor Karanka's Nottingham Forest 3. Much more reflection on the Champions League games to come on 5 Live Sport. We're on through till 10:30, and then it'll be Phil Williams. What you got lined up?
Steve,
Steve, tonight the FBI have confirmed it was pipe bombs that were sent to the home of the Clintons, the Obamas, and CNN's headquarters in New York today. We've had a reaction from President Trump, and we will speak to a former US Homeland Security official about that. We'll hear from a woman who says that she won't rest until she's invented makeup which is resistant to acid attacks. She's been inspired by watching Katie Piper on Strictly, and she wants to develop this makeup which would be resistant to acid. So we'll ask her how far she's got with the science on that. And it's the Beatboxing World Championships of the weekend, as you know. I think you're going, aren't you? And so we've got two beatboxers on tonight who have organised competition, and they used to compete. So obviously I'm going to get them to compete against
Yeah, but are you going to have a go?
Well, I thought about this, but I think it would undermine it to do that. Like, I'm being serious now. I think it's an actual vocal skill. Some of these guys can replicate 3 instruments at the same time. And if we try to do it now, you just sound like a bit of a div, don't you?
I play Sunday League football. A lot of people say I undermine the sport as well.
Yeah, but you, in your mind, you're replicating the top flight, aren't you?
Certainly in my mind.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Phil. Much more to come then from Anfield and Eindhoven. We'll round up the rest of the Champions League action after the news on 5 Live with Richard Foster.
On digital, online, smartphone.